What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook land. How you all doing today? You all good? I am great. It's a little chilly in Chicago, y'all. I don't understand what's going on. It's a little cold in Chicago. I'm not used to the cold, so I'm feeling a little bit sad because that means when it start getting a little chilly and the morning start a little bit later, that just means winter is coming. And for those of you all that have never been to Chicago, Chicago has real winters, guys. We don't wear furs because we're trying to be cute. We wear furs because we're trying to keep warm. But at any rate, it's about 70 degrees today, and I'm here in Chicago, and this is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. I don't care how many times I say that. You all still put 2 Ks in my name, but you won't find me. So it's Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. I didn't sleep good last night, and not for bad reasons. I just didn't sleep good because I'm in the shift. I'm in the mode where I'm going from what I was to what I'm aspiring to be. So when I'm in that mode, I drive with no music on. I get up extra early, and I already get up early. And I get up extra early, and I spend a lot of time thinking. When I'm in this mode, I need a lot of quiet. I try to find times when there's not a lot of people around because I need to process my thoughts. So that's the cycle that I'm in. So I'm going to talk to you all today about what you clearly see on this board and what was in the description. But I felt God put it on my heart to be a little transparent this morning. And for those of you all that know me, have been to any of my classes, any of my shows, I don't have a problem using myself as the example to help people get it. So let me take you back a little bit. I've been doing this now for about 30 years. It'll be 31 years in February. So I have had and I consider it a privilege to have experienced everything. When I say everything, y'all, I mean everything, good and bad, that this business has to offer. So when I was coming up with what today was gonna be about, we salon owners, where's your money going? I couldn't help but think back to when I first asked myself that question. So let me take you back a little bit. I got married when I was very young, my first marriage. Got married when I was really young, maybe like 21, 22. And my husband and I, because we were both extremely driven, my ex-husband, we were extremely driven, and both of us were like over the top ambitious. I was kind of the right brain thinker, the creative person, the person that connected with the people, and I was the people girl, and he was the logistics. He was the left brain thinker. He was the structure and the organizer and the systematic thinker, and he was like OCD, like the guy in 50 Shades of Grey, literally. So we were like yin and yang. We were like black and white. So because we came together and we understood each other's roles, our lives grew very rapidly because we both literally complemented each other unremarkably, especially in the professional world. Not so much personal, but professional. So as our business grew, as we decided to go into business and do what we did, we reached record grossing and netting numbers really quickly. So let me give you some examples. Here I am, I'm 20, maybe 3. I'm talking 2 years from the minute I opened, to maybe 24. And he was a year and a half older than me, so he was about 25, maybe 26, depending on what cycle that was in. And I remember by the time I was maybe about 25 years old, we were already making about $500,000 a year, guys. That's at 20, and I'm talking legally. I'm talking about making good decisions, being able to leverage what we have, because he was a master. He was an excellent business person. So here I am at 25 years old. I'm shopping at real Gucci. I ain't got to buy knockoffs. I'm eating $200 lunches, and I'm living in the mini mansion, and I ain't got to worry about a thing. I could shop till I get tired, and I live this type of life, guys. And we were making the money, so we were living the life very early, the lives that some people will never live. So I had the cars, I had the jewelry, I had the furs. I was living very well at 25, 26. I mean, we were doing it, guys. And let me tell you what happened. I remember when the castle started crumbling. I remember there were a lot of things that were not what they should have been. And I just remember when I started noticing the castle crumbling. So we're in about 10 years in now, and we are the couple to be. We are the young person or young people to aspire to be, because we're doing it everywhere. Traveling, shows, we're doing it. So now we're in excess of, we're past the $500,000 mark. We're probably close to maybe like 750. And so I remember when the castle started crumbling and you start seeing things not quite right. I remember losing house. I remember cars being repossessed. I remember all of a sudden the checks that are being written to workers are bouncing. And my husband at the time handled all of this. So here I am oblivious to what's really going on, even though I could see some things shifting, right? So I'm like, okay, what's really happening? And so the castle started crumbling. Now, mind you, I'm still working like a dog. I'm still doing 25 people a day, got $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 weeks. I'm still doing this. And I'm like, okay, God, something is wrong here. I don't know what's happening. And there were a lot of glitches. There was a lot of things in the system. And because I wasn't aware of any of this stuff that we're talking about. I didn't even know what a 3-month challenge was. I didn't even know how much product a client. I didn't know any of that stuff. So now let's fast forward to, obviously there were some personal pitfalls. There were a lot of things that came out. It was like I realized who I was actually married to, and there were a lot of things that came out that I had to make the decision to go. I had lost everything when I made this decision. So I'm now no car. Not really anywhere to live, because I didn't want to live with anyone. So I lived in my shop. I still had a piece of a shop, just a piece now. I did walk out. Everybody walked out because they weren't getting their money, and because we were on commission. And so I had to get to a place, and I call it where I'm now in the place like the children of Israel. I'm in the wilderness, and it felt like 400 years, y'all. It really did. And I decided to leave the marriage and let that go. And because of things that I discovered as to why this money was not where it was supposed to be. So here I am now. I'm in the wilderness. I'm here and I don't have any money, but I'm working like a dog. And I'm literally probably 6-7 months. I learned the meaning of grace periods. I had to call people and beg them and ask them, can you give me an extension? Can you give me time? Now I'm working. I'm slaving every single day. No employees. They walked out. So now I got to figure this thing out. Now I got to say, okay, God, really, where is the money going? Where is it? I know some places of where it went, but I'm still making it, and I'm still robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm still not knowing where is this money. So let me tell you what I did. I don't have pride issues. That is not something I struggle with. When I get to the place that I need help, I remember going to accountants and that was doing our accounting because he handled all of that. Now he's no longer in the picture. And I have to now go to these people because in the divorce and all of that, I kept the business. But I kept the business not knowing anything about what to do with it. I had no idea how to balance a books, nothing. I didn't know how to do anything. I was just a girl that was walking and whistling, doing hair, doing my thing, and had no idea what my money was looking like, right? So this is what I did. I went to accountants. I went to lawyers. Everybody that we had done business with, I went to them with tears in my eyes and I said, help me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. I can't lose the little bit I got left because then I really have nothing. I'm living in this shop. I don't know what to do. So let me tell you what every single one of them said. Every single person I talked to said, we're going to help you. And we're going to help you for free. And these people helped me for free for up to 2 years. Figure out money. Figure out accounting. They taught me financial literacy. They taught me all of these things. And now I get it. It's like now I'm married again, y'all. I've been married 10 years now. God is good. life is great, but I had to figure it out. Now, life took me in a direction where I had to lose everything to figure it out. But I hear you all the time talking about, let me tell you what I want to hear in addition to. When I hear about these six-figure, let me teach you how to make six figures. Let me teach you how to make seven figures. Let me tell y'all something. If you're a grinder, and if you a hustler like me, it ain't hard making no money. Making money is easy if you don't have a problem working. It is not hard. I was in six figures before I even opened my own shop, but I didn't know what to do with it. Tell me, add to these classes, how to keep it. Because the real task is how to keep it. You can't blow it on everything. You gotta learn what it's being spent on. You gotta learn the difference in gross profit, net profit. And this is where I want to help. I had to go through it. God blessed me with people that sat me down and said, let us show you. Simple. I ain't no accountant, so I don't do accounting. But this person, several actually, sat me down and said, let me show you how this goes. So let me talk about that today. I decided to do a webinar on this because it's real close to my heart about helping people get their money together. Because we living doing hair to 30, 40 years and don't have one dime. No money saved. Let me tell you something. These bodies cannot keep standing behind that chair forever. They cannot. They cannot stand behind that chair forever. What are you going to do? It hurts my heart to see a 70, 80-year-old woman still doing hair, not because she wants to, but because she has to. We have got to do better. So let's talk. Let's talk, okay? I just wanted to share that with y'all, but let's talk for real now. Where's your money going? I know a lot of y'all have felt that way. I know you have, because I hear it, I see it, I talk to people. See, people, when they come to me with the truth. They come to me saying, girl, I don't know where this money is. I'm making it, and it gets frustrating to keep doing that day after day after day after day, and you still robbing Peter to pay Paul, using grace periods like I was doing. You're still doing. We got to figure it out. Okay, so let's start. No, and if you need help, I got all my information up here. Text me and just say help me, and we'll work out something, okay? I got all kind of programs you can get involved in. Knowing your numbers, that's something. I'm doing a professional video, and I'm going to stream this live. And these are all the things I'm going to deal with, because these are all the things that we do not understand. 3-month challenge. I've done that with a couple of you all before, like last year sometime when I did a Facebook Live on it. Only a couple of you all did it. That's fine. I want everybody to understand when you need to make shifts, just with the clientele part, we do something called a 3-month challenge, okay? On the webinar will be $99. So it's cheap. It's 3.5 hours, I think. So you'll learn. We'll walk you through how to do it then. It's going to help you see what you actually make an hour. You don't realize when you're in a salon, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18 hours. I've done those type of days. And you've only done X amount of clients and you've only seen this amount of money. If someone told you, you know what, I'm going to give you this job and I'm going to pay you like $40 an hour, you probably would say, I'm not going to work for that. When I show you, when I do a 3-month challenge with you, because it takes 3 months to kind of iron this out and figure it out, you're going to be amazed at what you actually working for an hour. You might be working for less than 40 and don't even know it. Okay, so I'm going to be able to show you that. I'm also going to be able to show you where and if you need to do a price increase, because this gives me a formula for me to see if your prices are too low. I ain't gonna never say they're too high. If your prices are too low. Okay, so this will all be taught on the webinar. Then it'll also help me see if you're working too many hours. Some of y'all working hours, and I'm not talking about just the hours that you're actually doing hair. I'm talking about if you sitting in the salon for 2 hours because 3 people didn't show up, you're still clocking hours. You are still clocking hours. So that means you still have to incorporate that in your day. Even if you're not doing anything, you're still clocking hours, okay? So how do we decrease that? A lot of times you got people pulling you in. I talked about this last week with you having people telling you, can I come Monday? Can I come Tuesday? No, these are the days that I work. I work Wednesday through Saturday or Thursday through Sunday. Y'all got all kind of hours. And I work from 9 to 7, period. You get in there. I'm not coming in on no other day unless I'm going to charge you overtime. Just like they do at your job when you come in. You get overtime, so I get overtime. That's the only way you should be coming in off schedule, is if they're going to pay you a surcharge on that. Other than that, you make them fit into the hours that you work. So a lot of times you need a schedule decrease. You need to minimize those hours because you're being pulled everywhere, and the money is not justifying the amount of hours that you're putting out. It's not doing it, okay? Then we talk about how much product does one client use. Let me tell you something. When you pick up, these are some of my products here. When you pick up, this is a bottle of spritz. When you pick up a bottle of spritz, you need to know how much product this is, how much this bottle is actually worth to you by literally, this is what we do. I'll just show you a real easy figure, and I'll write on this because it's mine. It don't matter. Every time I use it, this is what I do. I put a mark on the bottom. Every time I use it. Every single time I use it. I'm going to show you how to figure all this out with all your products. Every single time I do, every single time I use some spray with a client, I do that. I do this. I keep doing it. You know what that little thing look like, right? I keep doing this until the bottle is gone. By the time this is done, I'll have X amount of marks on here, and I'll know exactly how much that bottle is worth and how much it actually costs me. This will help me figure out if some of the products that I'm using cost too much. Because I know we like stuff, we want to use good products, all that's great. But if you're using a product that is not cost effective, I need you to like something else. That's what I need you to do. There are a lot of products out there to like. I need you to like something else. I'm going to show you how to figure that out so you can understand what your products are really costing you in regards to how much you're using per client. That's real important. So let me stick that back on the shelf there. All right? So that's what it's going to help me do. How much is a bottle of shampoo worth? So if I got 35 marks on the shampoo and I paid $32 for it, I realize that one client, and the average client uses about 6 products, I realize that one client absorbs 92 cents of that product. So by the time I do 92 cents, 55 cents, and 30, all these 6 products, I know one client actually sucks up $7.25 worth of product, which means if I'm only charging $40 for her shampoo and style, I'm really only getting 32 because she didn't sucked up product. When I help you start figuring out this, cost of goods and services, the things that you actually spend your money on, you got to figure out how much the products you're actually spending on, how much is going towards the actual servicing. You got to figure that out. Okay, these are things that people help me figure out when I was in my little wilderness period, I call it. And I get it now, so I want to help you do that, okay? Then we talk about what is a client worth per year. It looks like a 4. What is a client worth per year? I cannot tell you how important that is for you to know how much Lucy Lee is worth per year. That means you have to create a cycle. A cycle is a complete 360, okay? This is the day she came in. She got a shampoo. I'm doing just like letters for her. She got a shampoo. She got a relaxer. She got a cut. She got a, just naming, I don't know, shampoo, relaxer, cut, and let's say that's it. Shampoo, relaxer, cut, and style. The cycle means if you should always be focusing on getting them in on a regular basis. So whether she comes weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, what a cycle is I have to figure out the cost of all her services until we start back over. That's what I figure out. How much is all her costs? By the time she back here, 8 weeks later, what is the shampoo? What is she got to get an edge up in here? She got to get this in here. She got to get, obviously, if it's a weekly, it's going to have more of these marks. If it's a bi-weekly, it's going to look more like this, okay? You should be setting people up. The minute they're satisfied, you should be trying to get them to set up on a regular basis, okay? When I set up a cycle, I have to add up all these costs. Okay, and if that's, say, every other week, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I know every 6 weeks, Lucy Lee gets this. So I need to know what Lucy Lee is worth to me in a year if she continues this cycle every 6 weeks. I mess around and come up with a figure like $4,562. Okay? So when Lucy Lee pissed me off and I want to kick her out the shop, I got to say, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can tolerate this for a minute. Because Lucy Lee worth $4,562. Now, there are times when you don't need her money. She is more of a hassle than that $4,562. But Lucy Lee also brings her $2. Okay? So you see where I'm going with this? So there are times when I know Lucy Lee, because it's like getting a pay cut. When I know Lucy Lee is worth that to me, it also helps me assess my weeklies are worth this, my bi-weeklies are worth this. It helps me really see where my income is coming from. Is it coming from weeklies? Is it coming from bi-weeklies? Do I need to add color services and convert her to, because now if I add color services, she got to come every week. She don't have a choice. So I got to create a whole new cycle for her, because now her money just went up to this. And then she loves it so much, she got a $2 that. So I'm looking at one client can literally be worth about $18,000 to me. Literally. Because if she stopped coming, her daughters ain't going to come either. You understand? You have to understand what this looks like so you know where to shift, you know where to change, you know how to go about putting out fires. You have to understand what this looks like. And I am very big. If a client gets very expensive services, for those of you all that do color services, do treatment plans, do weaving services that cost a little more than just an average shampoo, relaxer, and all of that, I am very big on setting up installment, reoccurring payments, prepayment systems. That means right here, I do this with several people. This is where she started. But she doesn't want to come back around here and pay maybe what this cost again. So every time she come in, she add an extra 20. Here, she add extra 20, extra 20, extra 20. By the time she get around here, depending on what her service, and I got something to do an extra 75, an extra 50. I got it where they actually do it on their own, or I put them in a system where they have reoccurring payments, installments. It's all kind of ways to do this, but it allows me to also guarantee my money up front. And then they're not going to cancel. You ain't got to worry about it because you got your money already. So it binds us. It creates a commitment between me and the customer. And it's wonderful. And it keeps them from having to spend a whole bunch of money or feel like they're having big tickets and little tickets and really big tickets. And so this is how I'm going to teach you how to do that. How to create a cycle, how to create prepayment plans, all that good stuff. And then we get down here. I know this is getting a little accounting-ish, but you got to know it. And I'm going to do it simple because I am not no accountant. So you got to break it down, accounting for dummies, for me. What a gross profit? What is gross profit versus net profit? Every single one of us that are independent contractors, whether you're 1099 or an owner, we've all heard and seen a profit and loss statement in our taxes. It's in there. Okay? Schedule C. We've seen that. We need to learn how to read that. And honestly, it's a lot easier than I thought. It is really easy to read a profit. It ain't nothing hard about it. But it's just numbers on a sheet and we like, forget it, I ain't just do my tax. No. You need to understand what you're profiting and what you're losing, so you can make necessary adjustments. If you don't know what you're losing, then you just go keep on spending money, keep on buying stuff, and then you're going to be saying this, just like I was. Where's my money at? Where is it going? Where is it going? I have no idea where my money is. That's what you're going to be saying. So I'm going to teach you how to read it. Simple. It really is not that difficult, okay? In the webinar, I'm going to teach you how to read it, because this is real important. Because these losses I don't care if you make $1 million. You can spit up $999,000 if you're not careful. And then you broke just like the rest of us. You know how we hear about people that have made millions and millions of dollars and then they go bankrupt? And I mean literally bankrupt. Not just filing bankruptcy to get from under some stuff. I'm talking they really don't have no money. And what do we say? What were they doing? What did they do with their money? It don't matter how much you make. You can go broke making any amount of money. If you, first of all, don't buckle down. I told people yesterday in the video, there has to become a place with things that you buy where you have the word enough in your vocabulary. That don't mean enough for the rest of your life, but that means enough right now. I done bought enough shoes right now. I don't need, where you have to develop a stopping point. where you got to push pause and say, I'm just not spending no more money. I'm good. I don't need nothing else. You know, maybe 6 months down the line, we'll go shopping again. And then let me tell you something I learned about money. You also need to plan your spending. Just like you plan a trip, if you know you like shopping, you can't shop every week because you're going to be broke and you're going to be spending all your money and you're not going to know where it is. But if you like shop, this is how I shop. I ain't in the stores all the time. I set out certain times a year. I make sure, because I don't like nothing cheap. Everything I like is, I don't choose the expensive stuff just because it's got a name on it or whatever. I'm the type that can go in TJ Maxx and find the most expensive thing in that raggedy rack in the whole store. That's just my taste. So what I do, I know what I like costs money. I'm talking when I wore jeans, the jeans was $200, $300, $400. That's just what I like. So what I do is I say, okay, I'm going to store up, save up $2,000, $3,000, and then when I go shopping, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to buy whatever I think I want to buy. I'm going to get it out of my system. I buy what I really like, not stuff that's just trendy, and then I'm good to the next 3-4 months. And I ain't buying nothing. I don't need nothing else. I make sure I buy everything. Make sure you get the shoes, the bag, whatever you need for this whole ensemble. I don't care what it is. If it's electronics, you into whatever it is, because all of us have something that we buy. But you can't do it every day, or you're going to end up with more losses, and you're going to be saying this. Where's my money going? I'm telling you. And it is. Somebody just said I'm looking at a monitor up here. Somebody just said it's maturity. It is. You have to grow to that. And then you have to stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to, you know how many broke people look magnificent? They are just absolutely beautiful. They G'd up from head to toe and going in their car and trying to make payment arrangements for everything. Don't be that person, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with looking good, smelling good. Ain't nothing wrong with all of that. But don't do it at the expense of spending all your money, okay? So let's keep moving. How to mark up retail. I know we say stuff like mark up retail, you buy this, you buy it at this amount, you just charge double. It's a little bit more complicated than that. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Let me not say complicated, but it's a little bit more of a formula than that. There are formulas. I'm going to teach it to you in the webinar. Now, everybody in my Stretch and my Aspire group, y'all get the webinar for free. But everybody else got to pay for the webinar. It's $99. If you want this webinar for me to send you the link, it's going to be September 3rd, and it's 3.5, almost 4 hours. I'm going to be breaking all this down, and I'm going to have graphs, and you're going to be able to see. And if you're part of the webinar, I'm going to send you via email the charts and the graphs. So if you sign up early, you'll get them so you can go through it with us. But this is something that you're going to need. So when we talk about formulas and percentages, when retailers actually come up with a price, I'll use a bottle of my Spritz again. When they come up with a price, they come up with a price based off of a certain percentage markup. It's not just a blanket, I paid 5, I charge 10. The reason they do that is because when they have to do a sale, or when they have to, like I see my guy Dank Landor on there, he's a distributor for Basic. If he has to have a sub-distributor, he has to know across the board what percentage he's going to give up in order to have a sale, or in order to now sell to someone that is going to work under him. If you do a blanket percentage of what your markup is going to be, a 40% markup, a 50% markup, a whatever, then it will be the same ratio across the board no matter what you paid for it. If you just say $4 is 8 and $5 is 10, it's going to be off. It's going to be a certain percentage on this and a different percentage on that. So I'm going to teach you. There are two formulas. One is for people that like math, and the other one is for people that don't like math. I'm going to teach you the formulas on how to figure out how to really mark up for your retail. So I'm going to teach you that too. And for those of you all that aren't retailing, I'm going to be scolding you about retailing. That's what I'm going to be doing, okay? So then we go, what's next here? How to do a simple savings calendar. Let me tell you something. I did a savings calendar live, I don't know, last year sometime. I believe if I go back in my archives, I believe it is my most watched video to date. It's somewhere way up in the thousands somewhere. And I said, okay, people really want to save money. I'm going to teach you, and I have my girl Camelia Smith. She's out there. She did it. She said, girl, I had saved money before I knew it, and I ain't even miss it. I'm going to teach you how to take a specific calendar that I created, and it uses the months, and it uses the months of the year, and it uses the days of the week, and I'm going to show you how to strategically pull numbers out, and like you just come up with a figure. Okay, I want to save 10 grand. How am I going to save 10 grand? I'm telling y'all, you can do this calendar. Come on, Camelia, tell them you can do it without feeling it. You don't even realize. I don't care how many bills you got to pay. If you set up this calendar right, you like, I can't believe I've actually saved X amount of dollars and I don't even feel it. Okay, it's a savings calendar. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And it helps you set financial markers. It helps you set financial goals. I have a whole coaching group called Aspire. If you all want to join, text me there. We'll talk about it. I am actually working with them. This is going to be their next phase once they get their budgets and get all of that done. I'm showing them how to create a savings calendar because everybody in Aspire wants to open a salon within 2 years. Some of them 3. So I'm showing them how to stack them. I don't mean you don't get loans and do all this stuff. But you see that? She can do it. She did $1,200 in less than 3 months. She said, I ain't even feel it. Where'd the money go? Okay? I did it once and I saved 25 grand in a year. And I was like, and I didn't feel it. And it wasn't because I had a whole bunch of extra money. I just committed to things on this calendar. It works, y'all. I ain't figured out the science behind it either. I just came up with it and it worked. I figured it out for me and I want to share that with you. But it'll help you come up with some of your own money. Maybe have to get loans. Maybe not. It just depends, okay? How to do, that was a savings calendar. What is a net worth statement? Let me tell, what is your, that's to say your net worth. What is it? When we talk about net worth, if you want to get anybody's money, if you are going to the bank for a loan, if you are going to side companies that do business loans, wherever you're going to get somebody's money, they're going to ask you for a balance sheet. A balance sheet shows them where you are right now. That's where you are right now. Profit and loss is what happened before. That's past. Balance sheet is where you are right now, and then I'm going to talk about future, which is your cash flow projections. That's how much money you're going to have in a year or 2 or 3. But balance sheet, what am I looking like right now? When I pull up these sheets, and that's why it's also important, and I'm going to talk about this, it's also important for you to be able to not have your money for your business coming out from all these sources. It's too hard to keep up with. Get you a card, get you an account, do all of your spending from there. Because then when it comes time for taxes, you got to pull statements for over here. Or even when you're trying to do a balance sheet, you got to pull stuff from over here and over there. You got 15 accounts. Maybe y'all could do it. That's too complicated for me. I need to have one, max 2 sources that my money is stored in and that my money comes from. So I cannot have to go to 15 places. I'm using this card and that card and that card and that. And that takes discipline. That's right, Tanya Wilson. And you can't be spending for personal stuff out your business money. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And I almost got in this trouble at one time when I had some IRS major issues, right? I'm good, though. Me and IRS good. We got a good relationship now. I'm spending money everywhere. But yet my business structure is set up to be LLC. At the time, I had a C corporation also. And I think it was a C corporation that I got in some trouble with. And I'm like, we do these different legal structures because we want to make sure if they want to take something from the business, that they can't come after our personal finances. Let me tell you what happened. When they asked me to show them bank statements and show stuff, and clearly on those statements was stuff that they knew weren't business, let me tell you what that is called. That is where the courts can do what's called piercing of the veil. That means that veil is lifted, and they are saying, I don't care if you are a corporation, because you spending your business money on your personal stuff, and we can see it. We are now going to consider them as one. Yes, they can do that. So you got to stop spending when you buy clothes for your kids. Don't put that in your personal account. We have to learn how to let the account pay you. You should be paying yourself where you have a record of how much you paying yourself. Take the money out of there. If you got to get into some transferring and taking the money from here and transferring it, call it a bonus. I don't care what you want to call it. But do not have personal stuff coming out of your business account or you're going to get in trouble. And it's hard to figure out the money. You don't know, was this home, was this work, was this, everything worked for me. So that makes it a lot easier for me. Every time I go eat, I'm working and I'm eating. That's part of work. Okay? But get you a good accountant. Again, I'm not an accountant, but I can help my people understand it the same way it was brought to me. So I'm going to help you do that, right? That's your balance sheet. That's where you are now. You got to learn how to read it. What do I have right now? If you went to somebody and said, I want a quick loan, I want $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Just quick loan. I don't need a bunch of money. I just need some more hydraulic chairs. I just need some more dryers. And I don't have the money for that. I need some new flooring, whatever it is. They're going to ask you for a balance sheet. They're going to ask to see where you are right now and whether you can afford paying this installment back that you got to pay for this loan. They need to see a balance sheet. And it's really easy, y'all. I'm going to show y'all how to do it. It ain't hard, okay? Then how to create a budget, which is part of the savings calendar, the balance sheet. That's going to give you your cash flow projection. If you create a budget or you create something that's going to automatically put some money over here or put some money over there, savings, however you have it structured, it's going to be able to show people, or you've incorporated something new in your business. You know, I added products. I'll be launching a color line. If you have all this other stuff working, and you're able to show them some cash flow projections, meaning I'm launching this as of January 1st, and this is what the projections of the net profit is going to look like for me, because it's a difference in net profit and gross profit. So you have to understand that difference, okay? So you need to be able to show them the cash flow projection. You need to be able to show them that. If you are not able to show them that, yeah, see that time? Me too. I blew money for a long time. We got somebody up there, Tanya Wilson said, I can't believe how much money that I've blown for 24 years. Oh yeah, we go through some money in this industry. We go through some money. I want to help us to be able to not wait till you're 30 years in the game. 40 years in the game. Now you playing catch up. Now it's harder, because let me tell you what happens. You can't work 16 hours when you're that old. You can't work 17 hours behind a chair when you're in your 50s and you've been doing this for 25, 30 years. You can't do it anymore. It becomes too difficult. It's too hard. So you find yourself now, I don't have the energy I had. I don't have the patience with people that I had. Everything about you is different. But you're in this money position. And you're in a position still asking, where is my money going? Where is it going? I'm making it, but I'm not seeing it. Guys, sign up for my webinar. My webinar will be on my website, Knowledge by Nikki. I'm gonna write it down because y'all still put 2 K's in my name, right? So Knowledge by Nikki, 1K, C1.com. Okay? Nikki is short for Nikita. So it's just a TA on the end of my name. That's my government name. Okay? We just dropped the TA. That's how we did it and made it easy. Now, you can actually go on now. I just updated the website with some stuff, and I got some more to put on the site, but it's a lot of good stuff on there. So go on my website, check it out. If you want anything you need from me, if you want to join Aspire, if you want to join Stretch, which are people that already have salons and they need some help, they like, look, more than this, I need help with everything, then you can text me at this number. I'll return your call. I'll text you back, say, when's a good time to call? We can talk, hash it out, figure out some stuff, do all that. Also, I have a Salon Owners Conference going on. I'm going to be talking about it next week. My Salon Owners Conference is where you get all this stuff that you all tell me all the time. I just love you. You've helped me with this, that, and the other. This will all be going on under one roof. Literally in November. Very cost effective. All you got to do is get yourself there. I got still monthly weekly installments that you can do so you don't feel it. If you want more information, you can go on my website. It's all there. I also, guess what, guys? If anybody pays in full for the conference, you get the webinar for free. Okay, so if you pay in full for the conference, you're like, I don't need no installments, just let me go and pay for it, give me airfare, be there. You actually get the webinar for free. The webinar is really going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It might run over. I'm going to do it till I'm done. All right, so this is what this is. We have got to be able, and let me tell you something I've told all of the people in my groups that we talk about money. We talk about money. I tell them I know what it means when you're through, because most of the salon owners still doing hair. And I know what it means when you're at the end and your day is over. You're so happy you're about to go home and you're tired. Let me tell you a discipline that I got into early, and I still do it today. I don't care if you are cross-eyed tired. You finish out your books that night. However you do it, if you got it in a system, if you write it, I don't care how you do it. You have got to finish out your books that night. That means put the totals in, see what it is. No more of this, I'm tired, I'm going home. Then the next day, you're tired, you're going home. Then a week later, you got to try to track and go back and do everything that you've done for the week. First of all, let me tell you what I did. I started that early in my career. I would look at the schedule, day before, week before, 2 days before, whenever, and I actually wanted to know or have some idea what my day was going to look like. So I looked at the clients. I knew, okay, Susie was getting this and Mary was getting that, and I already had a quota set for my day. Okay, this day looks like about a $1,500 day. So that's the goal, $1,500. So actually, because I would set these quotas for myself at the beginning, I was anxious at the end of the day to see, did I make it? Did it get it? And I'm talking about, ain't nobody do more heads than me back in my heyday. Nobody. I don't care who's on. You did not do more. You might have done as many as me, but you didn't do more heads than me. I was doing 25, 30 heads a day, every day. I said, so I knew what it meant still to be literally, you don't go to the bathroom, you standing up eating chicken because you don't want to stop, because you know every time you stop, it's going to cost you at the hours at the end of the day. I did all that. And I said, you know what? I was excited, though. I would sit there like ridiculously tired. 2 in the morning, 1 I didn't care. I would still figure out, and back then we were writing everything. I would write those totals down, and I would make sure that I knew what the day was, because let me tell you what, I had a saying, and it was only to me, but it was what I actually did. And it was only to me. I would say, you know what? If I didn't make that quota, the people the next day got to make it up. I literally would do, okay, I made $1,300 today. So the $200 got to be added to tomorrow because I was supposed to make $1,500. So tomorrow, whatever that quota was, now I got to add $200 to that because I didn't make my quota. It literally made me pay attention. Now, this obviously was after I started, I got help with this here. Because I started understanding I don't want to do this till I'm 70. I don't. So y'all hit me up, y'all. Hit me up. I got a lot to do today, y'all. I'm going to Apple to take some classes today. I got Mac, everything. Everything I got an Apple on it, and I don't know how to totally use any of it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go sit down at Apple, and I'm going to take these free classes. I will be there learning more about Keynote Pages. What's the other one? Keynote Pages, Numbers, which is Excel. So I'm on my way. They said if I'm even a minute late, that I get canceled. And so I need to finish this, guys. But I hope you got something from that. I am real passionate about this. I don't care how well you do hair. I don't care how many customers you think you have. It's going to come a time where you're going to have to look at the money and say, how can I do less for more? You always hear me promote the book. Gregory McKeown is the author. It's called Essentialism, and that is exactly what he's talking about in that book. I have read the book 4 times. I got the audio book. I didn't listen to it twice, and I still get different stuff. But as you grow, as you learn more, do more, want to be more, as you get tired of slaving in the shop and you want to have a life outside of the shop, the only way you're going to be able to do that is you're going to have to get your money in order. You're going to have to figure some stuff out. The book, again, is by Gregory McKeown, and it is called Essentialism. It will change your life. It is probably in the top 3 books I've ever read. Probably actually the top 1. I got a couple that are like tied, though. Okay? So read it. This is what it's about. Somebody said earlier, this is a maturing. This is an understanding of if you want a future, you got to get this right today. And I'm putting this out there because I'm praying that you all can get this before your 30 years in the game, before you're 40 years in the game, before you're 10 years in the game. And see now, honestly, guys, we had to write a bunch of stuff. Now your system could keep it up for. But let me tell you what's interesting about that. I'm still old school a little bit. Even though I have everything in the system, I still like to write, because when you put it in the system, you don't look at it. You just let the system keep it. And sometimes you neglect to go back until it's tax time and actually see what it is. I want you I want to challenge you all to do something too. Every quarter, I want you to go back. For those, we should be paying quarterly taxes anyway, but I know some of us don't, because I haven't always done it. I do now, but I didn't always do it. For those of us that aren't doing that, I want you to go back quarterly, and I want you to assess all your money. I want you, if you come on the webinar, I'll be able to show you how to do it. And all you do is just text me here, and once we get it done, because we're going to professionally shoot it, I'll be able to send it right to you. Real easy. But I want you every quarter, even though it ain't tax time, and don't just depend on your account to do it. I want you, after you learn how to do it, to sit down, do your profit and loss, make sure your savings calendar is on track, do your balance sheet, and let's do cash flow projections. I want you to just get into the habit of making yourself see where you are. Just see where you are. Don't let it get so far out of control that 2-3 years later, you're like, I had no clue that this is what I've been doing all these years, because I've done it. And I said, I can't do that no more. I like to kind of catch it before it gets out of control, before I didn't even realize I spent this much money and I don't know where. So I want to challenge you to disciplining yourself to doing it every 3 months. So that's what January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and at the end of the year. And it's easier to do it every 3 months, because if you do it at the end of the year, you got to go through so many statements, and you got to pull up every month of the reports, and you got to do it. If you do it every 3 months, you'll just have 3-month reports, and then you just add it to the next one, and it just makes your life a little easier. So these are things you got to take time to do. That's why you can't have your customers telling you to come in 7 days a week. You need some time to think, to do nothing, to go to the movies, and to get your money in order. You need some days when you ain't got to do customers. Okay? So that's all for today, guys. I hope you all got a lot out of that. Text me here, 800-580-8074. This is Knowledge by Nikki. I may not be on tomorrow because I'm flying to Florida. I'll be doing Mentorship Miami, and I'll actually be doing this there. You have to pay for it. It's not free. But I will be doing this there for 3 hours. So if you're going to be in Miami, you can sign up now on the, I think it's Next Level Concept website, or you can actually, when you get there, I'll be doing this, I know, once. I was told there could be a possibility I end up doing it twice. This is going to be exactly what the webinar is. Exactly. You can, if you're there, you can get it there. It is extra. It is not part of your conference package. It is an extra fee, and it is called Knowing Your Numbers. All right, so if you're there, I'll see you there. Let's have us a hallelujah good time, and peace out. This is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. Check out my website. I've updated it. I got all kind of different stuff on there, and I'm going to be doing some more today. So I'll see you not until next week. I'm going to sign off for this week because I'm running, all right? But make sure you text me if you need some help. All right, have a good one.